But there's like lots of other examples of that sort of like feedback loop. The question of like where it will find its like natural home, the answer is like it will start with those use cases where the fingerprint is easiest to gather and provides the most immediate positive response in exchange. That's why like we started with like the companion example. Easy to do that, right? So it starts there, but it's just gonna keep on going, especially as the cost of gathering data and the cost of acting on data both decline, right? So as the cost of gathering the data goes down, more data will be gathered. As the cost of acting on data goes down, it will be injected into more and more places. Does it make sense to replace your tutorial in the first 5 clicks inside of Civ 7? You know what? Probably not, because the cost of generating a bunch of Civ 7 content is relatively high. They already got your money up front in the $60 purchase and blah, blah, blah. Does it make sense inside of a mobile game? Absolutely, because it scales linear with user acquisition, and therefore the funnel is very, very high with hundreds of millions of users theoretically. So the value of optimizing those first 5 clicks is very high. So it probably enters in to mobile long before it enters into AAA for that reason. It's just, I gotta say, my worldview on a lot of this stuff is like not particularly complicated, but I've been surprised at like how rarely it seems to be like deployed across like reasoning what's going to happen inside of our industry. If it can provide optimization to the funnel, it will provide optimization to the funnel, so long as incentives, economic in particular, create a value proposition out of doing it. I think that the cost of gathering information is relatively low in our ecosystem right now, but the cost of plugging that information into an AI model and then querying that AI model every single time a person engages in any click in order to get a responsive feedback and generating the content that makes that responsive feedback actually useful, all of that's way too high. But it'll probably come down a couple orders of magnitude over the next 5 to 7 years. And as it comes down, it'll just become more and more prevalent in every single thing. And it eventually, listen, I think every action inside your game probably does it hit at least your local LLM stored on your computer that's spitting out some set of preferences that developers are taking advantage of, right? Seems likely, not today, but over some timeline that's relatively reasonable because it optimizes the funnel.